Every relationship's a struggle.
This is the Relationships It's a Struggle podcast.
You know what it is?
Bringing you everyday topics couples go through, discussed by your favorite high school sweethearts.
Did he really watch Game of Thrones without me?
Damn, bro, my girl's tripping.
You are listening to the Relationships It's a Struggle podcast.
Follow me through the pathway of more success with E-Man
and Vanessa.
Is that clear?
Hey, how's it going, guys? So this is Emmanuel
And Vanessa,
bringing you Relationships It's a Struggle podcast and YouTube video. And for today's episode, I'm actually interested about it. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
so today's episode 1 is going to be about should you binge watch without your significant other?
So before we get started, I kind of currently forgot our last episode, episode 0, as far as our actual clip art for our podcast cover is actually with our dog Nala, and we never explained that.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go over that first.
So, which I'm really bummed that we didn't mention her because she's our whole life. So we have a 6-year-old boxer named Nala that she's on our cover. So that's why we didn't mention her when we did the episode 0 about us. But Emmanuel gave her to me our very first Christmas together. We were together for 4 months.
It's insane.
Insane before he gave me Nala. But yeah, she's a big part of us. She goes back and forth between my house and his house, and she's the biggest baby ever.
Yeah, so we currently don't live together as of now, even though we've been together for so long. But because you got to understand that we were together for such a young age as far as in high school, so we've been able to go ahead and grow and develop throughout the whole years.
And we're figuring it out.
Yeah, just like everybody else, just like how everybody
come
else in a
soon.
relationship. Like
And
everybody
we're not
else.
married, so, if you want to be traditional, we're not supposed to be living together anyway.
Yeah, but we're not traditional anyway.
We're not
so
traditional. No.
who cares? But yeah, so
Back to episode 1.
Yeah, so back to that. Oh, wait, before episode 1 starts, our actual intro podcast, shout out to Edgar from Power 106. It might sound a little bit familiar for all you LA folks.
Yep.
Edgar does work for Power 106 there and was able to go ahead and give us our podcast intro. So that's why it sounds so familiar and awesome. So we love it. Back to episode 1 here. Should you be able to binge watch with your significant other without your significant other? So I have my opinions on it as well, but let me go ahead and turn it over to Vanessa and see what she thinks.
So when we were making this topic, I was like, why? Why can't you? It's not a big deal. But apparently, to some people it is. You don't do that, you just don't. And I think it's totally okay. Maybe because Emmanuel and I don't watch much shows together, but literally it's kind of to me, it's no big deal. Okay, and your point is, what's the point of having to have that person there?
But what do you mean? What about if you're into the same show? Why can't, you guys have an arrangement as far as, okay, this day, this time, we're going to sit down and watch this?
Well, okay, if it's a date, if you're making it a date night to watch an episode, maybe that's different.
No, but that's you put it in those terms, it's like watching a movie. Yes, that one day that we go ahead and go on a date, and that's completely different if we get into that. But as far as binge watching, you understand that, Netflix episodes aren't just one episode or 3 hours long.
No, I get
a whole series.
I get it. But then, everybody has their own schedule. Unless you both have the same schedule, you both work from home, both have the same free time, what my free time is might not be what your free time is. So when I'm free, I want to watch the show and I want to know what's going on. Why should I wait, another 2-3 days when you become available to watch the show? That's crazy.
No, that's ridiculous. And as she mentioned before, she went ahead and researched Netflix and Netflix cheating.
Yeah, I totally did. People say it's cheating, which I think is crazy.
Yeah, which is insane because I didn't think it was that much of a big deal either until I started actually going ahead and trying to research it before doing this podcast here. But I lean towards the fence that, you know what, you should be able to go ahead and binge watch with your significant other. There, if you're watching it without your significant other, there's so many, I feel ramifications of a relationship, and it can lead towards trust issues.
You shouldn't be able to. You said you should.
No, you shouldn't be able to.
You shouldn't be able to.
So
okay.
I believe that you shouldn't.
You should. Totally.
And the reason why I believe that you shouldn't is because first and foremost, I don't know if she agrees with this or not, but when you start binge watching a new episode, I feel like there's different trends that go on. So, for instance, we watch an episode of Game of Thrones, and something comes out that everyone keeps on talking about, and in a group of friends or whatnot. If she watched that episode before me, now I feel like I'm an outcast. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on. Or
yeah, but then like at least I can catch you up and make you cool and trendy on what's going on.
But that's not fair, because once I start watching the episodes myself,
so you rather not be like on the in with everybody, what's going on, you know?
No, I'd rather be in the end together.
I mean, nowadays you have like Twitter and Facebook and all this social media who posts all these spoilers anyways. Like,
that's no.
Why,
but
wouldn't you
who
rather?
cares?
Wouldn't you rather me
those
tell you?
I'm not in a relationship with anybody. The spoiler. I'm in a relationship with you, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's what you're saying, though. You don't want to know what's going on if it's like a new trend or something going on in the show.
No.
But wouldn't you rather me like keep you in the loop?
No.
No?
The reason why I say that that's not cool when I do that is because, look, I'm watching the episode and you're like, oh, look at this, look at the next part. It's so awesome. It's so cool. It's so funny.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'm the kind of person that it's like, if you've seen a movie, I'm just like, what happens? Does he die? You know, and then at least I'm expecting it and I can appreciate it more, you know, because it's
false.
like,
okay,
I'm that kind of person. Don't tell me you've watched a movie, because I will ask you 21 questions.
Okay, well, point taken. I feel like you shouldn't be able to go ahead and do it. So I feel like I won that argument there right now.
Totally not.
I feel like I did win that argument.
Totally
so we're going to
not.
go ahead and see. If I did win that argument, go ahead on YouTube, not on the podcast, obviously. Go ahead and say E-Man won this argument, the first one.
And then comment below if you think that it's like crazy that you should not like binge watch without, like, okay, sit at home and really think about the shows that you and your significant other watch together. Like, it's probably not even that many shows, but sit at home, think about it, and be like, you know what? He or she would really not be that mad if I watch this show without them.
No.
Comment below and let me know what you think. If he's crazy, if these like internet people are crazy saying it's cheating, let me know.
No, it is cheating because, look, I'll bring an example. We were watching Jersey Shore, right? The new episodes of Jersey Shore that were coming out, and we're into the first, 5-6 episodes. And what ended up happening? She dropped out, so I was facing the decision that should I continue watching this, or should I wait until she doesn't have such a busy schedule to go ahead and watch it with her? And guess what? I didn't watch any of the other episodes because she would have been upset.
No,
if I would have told her, what went on, how it ended, and everything like that.
Maybe it's not a case about like being upset that you binge watched it without me. Maybe it's the case of, maybe I was having like a bad day and I was like, seriously, like you did that? Like, I just wanted a reason to be upset at you. You know, sometimes as girls, like we just look for like the smallest things to be upset at someone. So it's like,
no, and
maybe I was upset because, you know what, Jersey Shore was not even that good.
Oh, I thought it was good. But it's like that argument that she made right now is completely false, and we can go ahead and make another episode and saying why girls get upset for the littlest things. I'm talking about this little right here.
Yeah, that little.
So that's how Vanessa is. She gets upset and blows everything out of proportion.
Everything.
But whatever. That's another case for a different episode to bring up. But then I also feel like for point number 2, that I feel like it's not okay to binge watch without your significant other, as if she's doing that behind your back, what else is she going to be doing in a relationship?
Oh my God.
Like, if she can't stay committed to just binge watching one show or a group of shows with you, what does that tell you about that other person? That they can't go ahead and stay committed? Just because for one day I can't go ahead and watch that episode, you have to have the urge to go ahead and watch it without me?
Yeah, no. No. And this is where I see like the problem with it, but because I don't think it's like a commitment thing. If we did make it something that's like, I'm committed to only watching it with you, then I would say, okay, fine. Mm-hmm. But like, I just don't see it that way. To me, it's something so small. And it's like, it's okay to lie sometimes.
Well, this gets to this gets to this point here.
Watch it and just don't tell them.
Oh.
and then act surprised.
Oh well, look how she is. You see, look that sounds terrible, right? Like I've been with her
No.
for 7+ years, and she's doing me like just don't tell them.
Because it's okay sometimes to tell like little white lies. You know, when you say something like, you know, when you take your child to the doctor and they ask like, are the shots gonna hurt? You're not like, yes, they're gonna hurt. You know, you're like, no, totally not. They're, you know, but you know, in reality, they hurt. So there's some things that you can do little white lies about, and it's okay.
But in 2018, in a relationship nowadays, that's not a white lie.
So,
Netflix
okay.
cheating is true and alive in 2018, which it might not have been alive 10 years ago. But to the extreme, I do like it's insane. If you feel like if you feel like it's a little white lie not to tell your significant other that you watch, you know, all the episodes of Game of Thrones or all the episodes of Breaking Bad, and I wasn't there to watch it with you. Like, what's the point of even me watching that show anymore?
So that you can enjoy it.
What do you mean? So I can enjoy it?
So
We were supposed to enjoy it together.
I know, but just because I enjoyed it by myself doesn't mean that you can't enjoy it by yourself.
So I have to watch it for myself now?
Yes. So you just don't want to watch it at all, is what you're saying. No, and I mean, I can get it here and there, but to me, it's so whatever. It's like not a big deal. And, you know, you're going to really tell me that you're going to sit there and say that if I watch something without you, you're going to be questioning the other things that I do in our relationship.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why is that crazy?
It's crazy.
Give me an example. Why
Like-
it's crazy for me to think that?
Because that's something that you just do on your own, you know? Like, I don't have to tell... No, it's like, I don't have to tell you everything I do in my day. Like, I don't have to tell you every time, you know, I decided to, like, comb my hair or go to the restroom. Or, like, I don't have to tell you certain things like that. You just don't tell people, right?
I guess this is an opinion that, you know, every person can kind of have. But I feel like in 2018, it is something to take serious.
And I feel in 2019, we should bring it out that it's not cheating.
No.
It's not.
Well, it's not cheating. I don't want to say
So
that.
you got 4 months left.
It's called
to cheat.
Netflix cheating. It's called Netflix cheating.
Netflix cheating.
And it's alive and well. It's alive and well.
Okay, so I feel like the only show we watch together is Game of Thrones, right?
Jersey Shore.
I mean, we've did Jersey Shore. I mean,
We
here and there,
did Breaking Bad. I did not miss one single episode of Breaking
But
Bad.
you see, the problem too is that like I love to fall asleep while we binge watch shows. Like I'm that person that it's like if we're in bed for longer than an hour, like I'm asleep.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's how
so
she
it's like
is.
I have to go back and watch the shows anyway. So are you gonna rewatch them with me because you saw them before me?
So this is what happens. So Vanessa has these shows that she goes ahead and watches that are completely ridiculous. Like what is it, Grace and Frankie and
Oh yeah, don't say that about them.
and like I watch New Girl too, so I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say
New
anything
Girl's
about
a
it.
good show.
But these are episodes that like she purposely watches over and over and over and over again because she knows that she's gonna fall asleep to these episodes.
Yeah.
So these are not dedicated to binge watching worthy type of episodes you watch with your significant other. So if we are watching for 3-4 hours straight, she's gonna be up. She's not gonna fall asleep during these episodes.
I mean, I guess it depends what show.
Yeah.
But most shows that we do watch together come out once a week anyways. So we're like excited to watch them together.
What is once a week? Just Game of Thrones.
Game of
That's
Thrones. Jersey Shore was once a week.
Okay.
You know, like a lot of these shows that you keep up with, they're probably just once a week anyways. But if your like significant other comes home late, you know, or they're too tired.
So you're really
they don't
gonna
wanna
tell me?
stay
So
up.
you're honestly gonna go ahead and tell me and like the audience is here that whenever we're watching, let's say we were watching, you know, Breaking Bad during that time. If I went ahead and watched seasons 3, 4, 5 without you,
Well, dang, what do you have so much time for watching 3, 4, and 5?
I'm trying to make a point.
Okay.
If I were to go ahead and watch 3, 4, and 5, you would be totally okay with it and you'll watch it by yourself.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
And I
You
feel
would
like-
stop watching
or
it. You would
maybe-
stop watching it
no,
because
or
you already
maybe-
lost that connection of the show. Like, there's no point in watching it because my significant other already watched it. So what's the point of me watching it?
What? That's crazy. Because I like watching shows by myself. Like I am a like big binge watcher. Like you name a show on Netflix, I've seen it. But I feel like sometimes I enjoy like when on your downtime, like then what are you supposed to do? You
Watch
know?
your New Girl and your Grace and Frankie. Go watch that on
Yeah,
your
but
downtime.
sometimes you want to watch something new too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say though. I'm not trying to make the argument of you can go ahead and watch these episodes by yourself. I'm trying to make the argument that when you have a significant other and you said, okay, Vanessa, I like Game of Thrones, you like Game of Thrones, let's watch it together. It's not okay for you to go ahead of me and watch that.
I think so.
All right. Well, whatever. I have my opinion. She has hers. Let's hear yours. Let's hear yours. So, is it bad or is it okay to watch? Binge watch? Is it acceptable to binge watch?
To binge watch without your significant other or your best friend or whoever you binge watch with. Is it okay?
Yeah, I mean you can put that.
But let us know what you think, because clearly we've got some issues to work out about this whole binge watching.
And it's not the first thing that we have issues about.
Gosh. Stay tuned. Stay tuned is all I have to say.
But again, if you're listening to this podcast here, go ahead and subscribe to us or follow us, whatever podcasters do.
Give us a nice rating.
Yeah, give us a 5-star rating. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. So go ahead and do that. And if you're watching this on YouTube here, go ahead and subscribe. What else do they do?
Subscribe, comment, like us, put your notifications on so you know every time we post.
Yeah, you see, she's an expert in YouTube because she follows like these
YouTubers. I love following YouTubers.
What's your favorite one?
I don't have a favorite one.
Yeah, right. She likes the Ace Family, so we might lose some followers. We might lose some followers because of that. But all right, whatever. It is what it is. She has her opinion. Maybe we'll go ahead and do an Ace Family argument about it because I think that's so whack, and she loves them. But all right, guys. So again, go ahead and follow us. Again, I'm gonna do the shameless plug like I always will do on these episodes. Go ahead and follow me on my Instagram. That's eman Los Angeles.
And I figured mine out.
Okay, what is it?
Mine is, well, it's like my first letters of my name, VAN, triple E. 30.
Quadruple E.
Quadruple.
E.
Well, I think my Twitter's triple and my Instagram's quadruple 30.
All right, so we promised you last time like we're going to go ahead and figure it out, but this time we're going to go ahead and change her Instagram handle. All right, guys. So we might not have a lot of followers right now on subscribing to us on podcast or on YouTube, but again, we will soon. But I'll go ahead and try and figure out what she should go ahead and do for her Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Do you even have a Facebook?
I don't have Facebook.
Okay, well, whatever. All the other social media, we'll figure out what her handle should be. All right, guys.